A lot of YouTubers, a lot of content creators, they get banned. Instagram influencers, TikTokers. But I don't think if you got banned off TikTok, your next step would be go to the headquarters and then cry banging on the front doors. This is what happened with a 2.5 million follower account TikToker. And I've taken a deep dive into this, and it really is just Pandora's box. I've spoken before about platforms generating the worst kinds of people, or at least congregating them. You know, you've got Kick, you've got TikTok with its absolute degeneracy, especially if you go on the TikTok Live tab. But rarely do we ever get a crossover of a TikToker becoming a Kick streamer. We've got people that are Twitch streamers and they get banned and they go over to Kick, but this is a very rare exception. This is a person who streams on Kick, but then also makes different content on TikTok. I'm not talking about everyone's TikTok where it's just regurgitating clips and highlights, which I'm incredibly shameful of, but I think this is a perfect example of a creator that could be the worst of both platforms put together. So clips have been resurfacing on TikTok from the creator Natalie Reynolds, and she's basically crying while on the phone to her dad at the TikTok office building, begging to be let in. She once had an account with 2.5 million followers, which for comparison to YouTube is about 1,500 subscribers. But memes aside, she was very big on TikTok. But if you compare that to her Kick, her live streaming platform, she only really has around 33,000 followers. So TikTok by far was her biggest platform. So who is Natalie Reynolds? Well, basically, she's a run-of-the-mill TikToker for the most part. If anything, she kind of gives off the same vibes as Bobby Althoff, the girl who did the podcast with Drake that was promptly deleted. Her rise to fame was, oh my God, guys, I'm pregnant. Lamau. I'm not joking. That was the entire thing.
I don't care what anyone says. There is nothing more embarrassing than walking around with one of these. You know what you did?
I am le pregnant and I le dance. I wish I could be le pregnant and do le dance and get like 5 million TikTok followers. Did I just say male pregnancy on this chat? Oh no, I shouldn't have said that. That's an actual kink, by the way. I've seen it. Now, Natalie blew up in 2022 from these kind of dance videos, lip syncing, you know, just the typical stuff that any tween would watch on TikTok and make you famous. And then she moved on to primarily doing comedy skits with her boyfriend. And just from that short description, seems pretty average. What's the problem here? Why did she get banned? And a lot of news outlets have actually jumped on this story because, you know, it's a woman crying. That would make you feel bad, right? All she wants is her TikTok account back. Now, this ban could have been a false strike. I mean, social media does this all the time. But the thing is, looking into it, I don't actually think this is real. The way she's acting to the camera, it's very convenient, you know, pointing around the corner. It feels really staged, like she's just got her boyfriend or something to basically film. And I doubt that's even the TikTok office building. It could just be any office building in the world. It does feel like a big publicity stunt to get her name out there because, you know, she was one of the biggest names on the platform and she had her platform taken away. And this is where the rabbit hole gets even more confusing because TikTok nor Natalie have actually confirmed or explained why they were banned. I'll be honest, it was hard to even find anyone talking about the ban apart from herself. I thought even the ban was faked, you know, like another publicity stunt, but apparently looking back in April, she made a Get Ready With Me video for Coachella. And in the video, she's seen wearing a Native American headdress, and then this guy makes a call-out post and he's wearing an axolotl onesie, and then he tagged her in the video. And by clicking on the link to the account that was tagged, you can actually see that it was banned. I like as well how the guy in that video is nearly 5 years younger than me, and he's still acting like the biggest millennial imaginable wearing an axolotl onesie. Now, one of the game theories I've seen floating around for the reason behind her ban was plagiarism. And this accusation primarily concerns another big TikToker called Brooke. Now, she's got nearly 40 million followers on the platform, and I'm still unsure of the kind of content she makes. It's just very kind of generic mainstream stuff that you'd probably be recommended as soon as you made a fresh account. I actually want to do a little quick review of the Brooke Monk TikTok. I want to see what the generation of Zoomers today are watching with 40 million followers. What kind of content are they consuming? Apparently it's Will Smith twice in a row. Told him I learned a new dance. She's just shaking her ass. And like every 9-year-old is just gonna have their first wet dream over that. Great stuff. Dude, I wish I could just boot up the camera in my living room and be like, okay, what am I doing today? I'm gonna lift weights on camera. This has 500,000 likes. It probably has like 10 million views. And because it's TikTok, she would have made $50 off it. Older sibling finally leaving their toxic household. So relatable. Okay. Wait, where's the punchline? What was the punchline? Is it because I got it muted so I don't get claimed? I don't get it. I actually don't get it. She waves at you. Okay. I'm not even joking. This is the current way to become mainstream. It's just relatable content. That's it. You just look at something when you're scrolling TikTok at 3 in the morning and you go, oh my God, that's so true. And then you press like, and then you scroll. I can't watch it. I can't even say anything funny. This just sucks. I cannot say anything funny about this. There's not even anything witty I can say. It's just noise. Oh no, you know what? Never mind. This one's funny. Look at this. Lamau. LMAO. When your significant other sends you le funny and they don't respond. Oh my God. That is so hecking relatable, guys. Oh my God. Let me when I listen le 20 video and he listen le none. We've literally just gone back to Rage Comics, man. Let me open le phone. Now I do recognize her boyfriend. Why'd I say it like that? But his name is Sam Des. It's spelled like this. Sam Dees. Now, he did do this one TikTok that had an actually pretty intelligent premise. The premise was outfits I'd wear as different types of teachers. And the first one is just gym teacher, spelled J-I-M. And he just gives this like really hollow fluoride stare into the camera. Gym teacher. Is this, okay, is this like, this isn't even a bit, is it? Oh my God, he had to spell without autocorrect. It might be over. Okay, so history teacher is just like, you're just going golfing. Your hands are so pale, I thought you were wearing gloves. And this is me talking about paleness, by the way. Math teacher with the jacket. Yeah, that's definitely how a math teacher would dress. Not like a roadman outside a Tesco or anything in the UK. English teacher. It's just in the shirt. I like how it's on a fan page as well. He was like, wait, that's not how you spell gym teacher? Oh no. This is going to make me look very silly. Now, one of the videos that Natalie Reynolds actually posted while fake crying and getting a U in GCSE drama, she claims that a popular creator was so jealous of her that they purposely tried to sabotage her career.
A popular creator on this app is so jealous of me and my fans that she purposely tried to sabotage my TikTok career. I've worked so hard to make original content for you guys.
So, you're probably wondering, why are people pointing the finger at Brooke Monk? Well, it's because Natalie has actually been yoinking Brooke's video ideas and doing one-to-one recreations of them. Plagiarism, I get it. It's all over YouTube. H-Bomber did a very in-depth video talking about plagiarism. But, like, you do not understand how bad plagiarism is on TikTok. It is probably worse than any other platform because the content is so short form. You don't really have time to watch it, give feedback, criticize. Who cares, bro? You watched 6 seconds, you forgot what you already saw, and you're trying to write something quirky that you stole from a previous video to try and get top comment. If you search up Natalie Reynolds Brooke Monk on TikTok, you'll actually see an ocean of comparison videos. And Natalie was really quick with it too. I found a comparison where there is a 16-minute difference in upload time. I mean, sure, it doesn't look like the hardest video to copy, and they were probably already pre-existing trends. Not saying that Brooke invented these, but 16 minutes, I think there was a little bit of lurking going on there. I mean, even if you look at Brooke Monk's comments, you can basically see people saying here before Natalie Reynolds copies. Now, plagiarism doesn't actually warrant a ban on TikTok. Just people calling you out in the comments section. But people have actually theorized that the ban came from an old clip of Natalie resurfacing. In the clip, it shows Natalie live streaming on Kick, so you already know what to expect. And she's standing on this like pier jetty thing with another woman. This woman is actually homeless. And Natalie offers her $20 if she jumps into the lake. Natalie keeps egging her on until she dives in.
Oh!
She immediately starts denying that she ever asked the homeless woman to jump in the first place.
I didn't tell you to jump in.
At which point, some guy runs over, who I assume is security or someone actually helpful, and just told her to leave. And as she's walking away, she's just laughing about the whole situation. And you can hear the homeless lady screaming, saying that she can't swim. And as her and her orbiters are discussing the possibility that the woman might drown, they all just keep laughing about it. Thankfully, the woman was actually saved by the fire department, who must have seen the stream going on and actually wanted to help.
The fire truck. Nah, this is bad. Natalie.
And the best thing is, all her friends can muster up in a droplet of conscience is, wait, this is bad.
Oh, this is bad.
No, stop. Seriously, don't stop. Please, you're actually freaking me out. Oh, please.
According to the Hollywood Fix, after they caught Natalie Reynolds leaving a courthouse, she announces that she's going to be sued for attempted murder by the homeless woman. Natalie very maturely states to the camera that she doesn't believe that she went too far, and the woman who almost died is basically trying to take advantage of the situation, and she was never in any real danger. In fact, in the same video, she admits to cutting off her own ankle monitor because she wanted to join that Flop University. That was the thing I talked about in a video about the Kai Cenat Streamer University. She later made a TikTok of her issuing a public apology. She does this by calling her and then filming a TikTok. The issue is, it's very obviously not the homeless woman, and just one of her mates trying to put on a woman voice.
Hello? Hi, this is Natalie Reynolds from the lake situation. Oh my god, it's Natalie from the lake. I know. Sweetie, it's okay. We all mess up.
Now, I will be honest, looking into this, I thought this was all staged. Like, genuinely, like you do not understand how desperate some people are to get famous. They will, like, make up these entire scenarios that did not happen because negative attention is much better than no attention. But what seems to make it a little bit more legit is the fact that the Hollywood Fix, of all people, reported her, unless she somehow has contacts in the Hollywood Fix that they'd upload fake videos. That would kind of destroy the Hollywood Fix's reputation. But I will be honest, they didn't have that much reputation in the first place. Now, Natalie does actually have a pattern of interacting with homeless people while she's IRL streaming. Like, for example, in July 2024, she was actually seen mocking a homeless guy for his disability after he struggled to speak to her.
You want to walk around with me?
Natalie does also have this pattern of just being a genuinely awful and horrible person. And this is why I mentioned Pandora's box at the beginning of the video, because anytime I find a new bit of information, the rabbit hole just gets even deeper. The earliest thing I could find was her getting into some flack for basically doing a wild hunting stream on Kick. Now, I'm not going to get into the argument whether you think hunting animals is ethical or not. That's not the point of why I'm bringing this up. The point is, she did not prepare for this hunting at all. So when she tried to kill an animal, her spear wasn't prepared properly, so she left the animal writhing in pain. I think whether you hunt animals or not, everyone agrees that you want to do it in basically the most humane way, so the animal has the least amount of suffering. There was even one source saying, unfortunately, Natalie's work with the spear wasn't exactly clean, leaving the animal writhing in pain and definitely not dead. And then in April 2024, there was an instance of her dragging a shark out of water. You know, considering every single shark species is basically endangered at this point, not really a great look. And then at one point, she decided to ride a shark as well, leading to her ass getting cut. And her misdeeds didn't stop there. The next one you'll laugh at, because Jesus, everyone's done this at this point. She did a crypto scam. So she did a pump and dump crypto scam. Like, the worst thing is this is so normalized, this isn't even worth doing like a video calling people out for anymore. So apparently she bought 50% of her own supply and sold her equity for $10,000. And the website she was trying to run this from was Pump.fun, the same people that hijack Wendigoon and the same people that sell my favorite coin of all time, the funny little green bird fella. Also, if you keep up with the man, the myth, the legend, that is Jack Doherty, you may recall in March of last year, there was some rumors floating around that Jack Doherty was getting certain underage people to sign up to OnlyFans so he could manage them. Now, I really don't like Jack Doherty. That is not a brave statement to make at all, but these rumors, they're just not true at all. We know this because the accusations came from Natalie Reynolds herself, and she actually went onto another YouTuber's channel, The Willie Mack Show, and he said, "I'm the one that interviewed Natalie on this story. These claims have zero backing. The allegations were made by Natalie Reynolds. The one girl she used as an example has never publicly complained about anything. She's refused to show me any information on anything. Complete moron." She also streamed herself doing public indecency, lamau, and that was by showing up to a gym basically naked with her clothes painted onto her body. And when a guy in the gym expressed genuine discomfort and told her to get dressed, she and her groupies basically surrounded him.
If you don't have clothes on, you need to be out of here.
How's the body thing?
That is fine. I work in the industry enough to know. I work in the entertainment field.
He's saying you need to leave. He's not...
I mean, she's covered, so.
Yeah, she's covered.
She's covered. Also, we're not supposed to videotape her.
Also, I love the community note on this post. The man in the video is protecting the overall gym etiquette according to which you should wear clothes. And to top it all off, let's throw Neon in. We've already mentioned Jack Doherty. Neon's manager now wants to sue her. That is for defamation after she accused him of stealing money from her. So what's the moral of this story? Women do be shopping.